Have you ever walked into a Starbucks, grabbed a cup of coffee, and wondered, how did this place become a global empire? Well, behind those green logos and warm lattes lies one of the most emotional, painful, and inspiring business stories in modern history. A story about poverty, a story about rejection, a story about falling down and rising again when everyone said it was impossible. Today, you're going to hear the real, untold journey of Howard Schultz, the man who turned a simple coffee shop into a worldwide revolution. Stay until the end, because the last part of this story might change the way you look at your own future. Howard Schultz didn't grow up rich, not even close. He was raised in a poor neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. His family lived in government housing. His parents struggled to pay rent, and when he was just 7 years old, something happened that shaped his entire life. His father, a truck driver, slipped on ice and broke his ankle. No insurance, no savings, no help. Howard watched his father lose everything in a single moment. He saw what it meant to be powerless, and he promised himself, "One day I will create a company where people are treated with dignity." He didn't know it yet, but that moment would become the core of what Starbucks stands for today. Howard worked hard to escape poverty. He got a football scholarship, went to college, graduated, began working in sales. But then he discovered a small local coffee store in Seattle called Starbucks. It wasn't TA Cafe yet. It only sold coffee beans and equipment, but something about that small store, something simple, something humble, spoke to him. He felt a connection. So in 1982, he practically begged the founders to hire him. They finally agreed, and that's when everything changed. In 1983, Howard traveled to Milan, Italy, and there he discovered something magical: cafe culture. Coffee shops weren't just places to drink coffee. They were warm, social, beautiful. People talked, people connected, people stayed. He thought, why doesn't America have this? He had a vision, a place between home and work, a third place where people could belong. He returned to Seattle, excited, on fire, ready to share his idea. But they rejected him. They told him, "We're not interested in becoming a cafe." Imagine that. Your greatest idea rejected instantly. Most people would quit, but Howard, it wasn't done. Before I tell you what happened next, if you're enjoying this story and want more real business journeys like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave your like and share this video. It really helps this kind of content reach more people. Alright, back to the story. Howard didn't accept. No, he raised money, which was incredibly hard because he wasn't rich, had no connections, and people didn't believe in the idea. But he kept going. Door to door, investor to investor, rejection after rejection. Finally, in 1985, he opened his own cafe, Il Giornale, and it worked. People loved the experience, loved the feeling, loved the idea of community. Soon, Il Giornale became popular enough that Howard did something unthinkable. He bought Starbucks. Howard transformed Starbucks into more than a company. He made it a place where employees, called partners, received healthcare, even if part-time. Workers were treated with respect. The stores were designed to feel cozy and human. The world had never seen anything like it. Starbucks grew and grew and grew. By the early 2000s, it had over 15,000 stores worldwide. Howard Schultz had built an empire, but success doesn't last forever. Between 2007 and 2008, Starbucks started to fall apart. The company expanded too fast. Quality dropped. The brand lost its soul. During the recession, Starbucks closed 600 stores. People said, "Starbucks is dead." The media mocked the company. Investors panicked. So what did Howard do? He returned as CEO, and he made the hardest decisions of his career. He shut down every store in America for one day to retrain employees. He improved the coffee. He redesigned stores. He cut unnecessary products. He brought the company back to its roots. Everyone doubted him, but step by step Starbucks recovered. By 2010, Starbucks was strong again, inspired again, profitable again. Howard had achieved what few leaders ever do. He built a global empire. He lost it, and he rebuilt it. And he did it because of one thing: he never forgot where he came from. The poor kid in Brooklyn watching his father suffer, wishing someone cared. He became the leader he always wished his father had. So the next time you walk into a Starbucks, remember, it isn't just coffee. It's the story of a boy who grew up with nothing and built something that touched the entire world. And if Howard Schultz could rise from poverty, rejection, and failure, maybe your story is just beginning to. If you want more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe, because your next chapter might be just one video away.